All right. Come on. Okay, I am about to call the minister. Uh, I'm about to call Ian Hall, executive director of the Liberal Ontario. I'm about to call him right now and tell him tell him exactly what I think of this Trudeau's attempt to destroy this bad joke of what little democracy we have left in this country. Here it goes. Five 1-6-9-6. Wouldn't be surprised if all the phone lines are jammed anyways. Okay, the call's going through. Probably going to get an answering machine. Come on. It's like what? 9 rings? 10? Well, 11. These bastards don't have an answering machine. That's exactly what I expect. Exactly what I expect from these pieces of shit. Oh! I've reached him. I'm sorry I can't come to the phone right now. Yeah, Hall at OntarioLiberal.ca. Yeah, so I just found out about Stop Bill C10. So I'm gratified to find out that on top of everything else that Trudeau's got in his incredibly busy schedule, destroying the ability of anybody to call out his bullshit on social media is the first thing on his list. You have allowed a monster to get in charge of this country, hijack what little democracy we actually had left, which wasn't that much to begin with, but it was better than nothing. Well, that's exactly what we're going to have after Trudeau. Nothing. And FYI, I am live streaming this call. I know I'm talking to an answering machine, and it took an obnoxiously long time for it to pick up, but I just want it on the official record that I made this call. So, I've said my piece. If this bill is allowed to go through, you will be facing, in all likelihood, a large-scale rebellion, because you cannot keep pushing people, and that's what your strategy's been so far. Do nothing. Keep pushing people. Keep getting into scandals. Keep pointing fingers politically. That's all the Liberal Party's good for, isn't it? Pointing fingers at people. It doesn't matter what anybody says to Trudeau. He lies every single time. It's worse than the UK, they say. Well, no, it's not actually. It's worse. It's better in every single country, except the US and Canada and India. But point is that we don't live in any of those countries. We live in Canada. Now, what the hell's wrong with you people? Really? Is this what we've really come to? A PM that is so insecure or so full of himself with such a massive God complex that he thinks he could just completely strip away the social media and just have his propaganda 24/7. Because it's pretty obvious it's exactly what he intends to do. And I have no intention, and there's plenty of other people, by the way, who have also no intention of stopping by and allowing this to happen. So whether this bill goes through or not, you're going to have a hell of a fight on your hands. And the police in Ontario are already on the edge with Ford. How well do you think they're going to take it when this latest pile of crap comes down all the way from Ontario, all the way from Ottawa? You think about that. This country is going to explode. There. Let's see who else I can call on the shit list. Okay. Next up is one Narman Pardhan. Yeah, I just found out about, what was it? Oh, yeah, Bill C-10. What's that all about? Oh, so you're not Narman Pardhan, Director of Centralized Receipting? Well, then you were really going to tell me you didn't know, and you didn't know that our trust in Trudeau is currently right now trying to shove through Bill C-10, which basically is going to strip away internet neutrality for Canada and basically make it impossible to criticize the Liberal Party on their complete and total mishandling of the COVID pandemic. No. Don't give me any of this. It's federal or provincial level BS. The fact is that if people don't work together at every level, this thing is going to get through. This isn't about party politics. This is not about levels of government. This is about one guy trying to hijack the entire country and destroy what little we have left of our functioning democracy, which right now is basically hanging by a thread. So, I don't know what you think is going to be left, if this bill goes through, and there's a very real chance it may go through. But whatever is going to be left, it's not going to be a country I'm going to want to live in. I barely want to live in as it is now, but this is going to be it. This is going to be, I might as well just forget about trying. I mean, I cannot believe this is where we're at. I cannot, well, I mean, I can't. Actually, I can. That's the sad part. I can totally believe this is where we're at. We've got almost no independent media in this country. They've got far more in the States. They've got like 20, at least, different independent media channels. We've got like one, maybe, if the Toronto Sun counts as an independent media channel. I mean, yeah. Like, what's up with that? And like, there's the existing laws of Canada already cover this kind of stuff. This is not needed. This is 100% pure greedy power grab. And Canada is going to find out about it whether it goes through or not. They've already found out about it. So, if the Liberal Party thinks they can just do this sort of thing and just get away with it scot-free like they've done every other time, they're going to be in for a shock. That's all I wanted to say. This is not a threat. This is not even a promise. This is just liberals have gone way too far, and this is just it. This is going to be it for almost everybody. There, that's her gone. Yes, there was actually somebody on the phone. I actually got somebody that time, claiming they don't know anything about anything. Usual bullshit. Thank you for asking, though. Let all your friends know about this live stream right now, because this could be literally the very last video I or anybody else in Canada makes criticizing the government in any way, shape, or form. All right, here we go. Next, I'm going to contact David Pretlove, extension 7738. Oh, you can't hear it? Can you hear me now? Crap, you can't hear me at all. What the hell's going on? Oh, well, as long as you can hear me, it doesn't really matter that much. All right, okay, so sorry about that. I don't know. I don't have a very good setup. I'm totally amateuring this. Yeah, this computer's ancient. All right. And this phone's old too, so. But yeah, if you want to. All right. Okay, I'm going to put on a speaker for the next call. Okay. Call number 3. Can you hear it now?
The extension of the person you would like to reach, you may dial it at any time. For memberships and future fund donations,
Can you hear it now?
press 3. For writing support, press 4. For volunteering, press 5. For press inquiries, press 6. For repeating, press 7. For finance, press 8. For the leader's office, press 9. For all other inquiries, please press 0 to leave a message and we will return your call. Thank you for calling the office of Stephen Del Duca, leader of the Ontario Liberal Party. To leave a message, please press 1.
Oh, for God's sake. It's going to be a message, but.
You have reached the voicemail box for the office of Stephen Del Duca. Please leave a message and we will return your call.
Hello, my name is Jean-Luc Martel, and I just found out from Michelle Rempel-Garner about Bill C-10 that our glorious leader is trying to ram through in secret, because that's what you do when you're a democracy. You ram through bills that are specifically designed to destroy anybody who would speak out against you and your failed policies. Yeah, that's and your massive executive overreach. Yeah. This is proving a theory I've had for a very long time. That's Canada, civil liberties wise, is actually worse off in the States, because the fact is that they can get away with this shit with minimal opposition in this country. You know, if this was going down in the States, there would be literally armies of protesters in the streets. I know that for a fact. But we've got minimal alt media, as it is in Canada, and apparently Justin Trudeau's ego can't take what little we do have. So yeah. I'm officially calling to put it down on the record that I'm not going to just wait while our what few civil liberties we still have are flushed down the drain by a PM who has repeatedly shown absolute and complete utter disdain for human life at every turn during this pandemic. The guy is a clown in a suit. He has no business being in any kind of leadership anywhere near the reins of power. And, stop the purchase of those fighter jets while you're at it, because seriously, fighter jets in the middle of a pandemic, I'm sure they'll be really useful. But this is insane. The COVID hotels, the lockdowns that are happening far too late, all the rest of it, it's all the same bullshit. It's always the same crap with Canada. We've been doing this for 30 years, always late to the party, every single bloody time. We're always late. We're never on top of things. We're never even close to being on top of things. And this, now we're just going full dictatorship. Really. I would like to have it on the record that I am live streaming this call on YouTube. So, if this video disappears, I'll know who to blame. I know you probably don't care because you're already serving a sociopath and all that, but just figured I'd put that out there. So, yeah. I don't know if you care or not, but I do know you care about votes, or at least you should still. So, you know what? If you're going to try to steal back the election or whatever it is you guys do for a living, your only chance of basically avoiding a war at this point with the general population is to not allow this bill through. Because if you think everybody's going to stand and wait while the one of the most basic freedoms there is, which is basically freedom to talk about whatever you want with whoever you want, it's just gone. No, it ain't happening. Sorry. That's all I've got to say on this subject. Well, thank you for your opinion, but quite frankly, this issue has gone so far beyond the pale. I don't care. These people are sociopaths. They're sociopaths. They do not care about human life. Let's see who else we got in this list. Okay, now an Amidamacta. That would be the director of finance. Here we go. Just occurred to me I should here we go. Calling that one next. You can do it with me if you want. So yeah. Check this link out. It's where I found out about this. From an Albertan MP, no less. Copy link. Watch this. Take a few minutes. Watch this on another screen or something. All right. Okay, so Director of Finance. Director of Finance is up next. All right. 6253 extension.
Hello, bonjour. Thank you for calling the Ontario Liberal Party. On le service en français, appuyez sur le 2.
Oh, I had the speaker turned way down.
The person you would like to reach, you may dial it at any time. For memberships and future fund donations, press 3.
6253. All right.
Your call is being transferred. Please hold.
Won't be surprised if police show up at my door. I mean, they'll have to go through my parents first. Did you know your kid's a terrorist? They're going to be like, well, he is a bit of a rebel. Can you hear?
You have reached the voicemail box of...
Yeah, my name's Jean-Luc Martel. I just found out about, here we go again, Bill C-10 and the fact that apparently the most important thing on the Liberal agenda right now is to strip us of the right to say whatever we want about Justin Trudeau or anybody else for that matter on social media. What's up with that? Canada has laws that perfectly cover social media. And as for social media opposition, there is surprisingly little in this country, far less than there would be in the States, I might add. So this bill is basically it's ridiculous. It's completely unnecessary. We basically don't have a free media in this country anyway. So why go the extra lengths to prove you're a dictator because you can? I don't see the point in this, other than inciting a general uprising, which is going to be the result. I mean, if you think an entire country is going to just take this lying down, like really, you guys really think an entire country is going to take a child in a suit, a figurehead, because that's the way most people, including most people outside this country, view Trudeau. He's a joke. He's a joke. You really think that the whole country is going to take this lying down? It ain't happening. We're already on this, especially in Ontario. We're already on the edge with this constant interference that's been and complete lack of any real useful action based in science, as opposed to whatever fits the Liberal agenda. Because that's what the COVID pandemic response has been so far. It's been a complete waste of time, resources, money, scandal after scandal, closing the borders when it was far too late, closing it up. They didn't even close the borders. What am I talking about? Closing down oh wait, they never did that. They never stopped the airline flights coming in, bringing in all the variants. They never did that. They never built new hospitals to expand capacity. We never did any number of things that would have actually helped. Said we waited for a whole year, and now, because of the Liberal Party's refusal to centralize efforts, to help direct, a proper lockdown like they have like in almost every other country so far except the United States. That's instead we've got basically a total final assault on the last bastion of dissent, which takes the form of this bill. Bill C-10. I am live streaming this, by the way, on my YouTube channel. I'm live streaming this call. I'm calling every single person in the Ontario Liberal Party. I'm letting them know exactly what I think about them, and allowing this monster to take over this country. Shame on a lot of you. Not that I don't think you know shame, but if you do, I hope this sinks in a bit. Because how long do you think it's going to be before Trudeau comes after you? Assuming you ever have the courage to stand up to him, of course. Or is that, or are you all in on this? Are you all okay with this one guy running a whole show? Because you won't have any political dissent anymore. Point is, this is not going to end well for anybody. But if you want people to come out with the torches and pitchforks, this is a really good way to get that started. And the United States had their Civil War. Well, maybe it's about time Canada had theirs. Because it's getting to the point where it seems to be the only thing you guys, you politicians, are willing to listen to. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. No shame, bunch of sociopaths. You destroyed public education. You've destroyed basically everything, really. Minimum wage employees can't even get paid sick leave in the middle of a pandemic.
30 seconds remaining.
Shame on you. Shame on a lot of you. And if the police show up at my front door, I'm going to have this literally all on recording, so I'll know exactly who sent them. I'll be able to say, "Oh, officer, don't talk to me. Talk to the Liberal Party because they're the ones who sent you to my front door first, sending a video for calling a lot of you about this bill to shut down human rights. So don't waste your time. Sorry, did you have to get...
Recording has reached maximum length. If you're satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. My name's Owen Martel. I just found out about, here we go again, Bill C-10 and the fact that apparently the most important thing on the Liberal agenda right now is to strip us of the right to say whatever we want about Justin Trudeau or anybody else for that matter on social media. What's up with that? Canada has laws that perfectly cover social media. And as for, social media opposition, there is surprisingly little in this country, far less than there would be in the States, I might add. So this bill is basically, it's ridiculous. It's completely unnecessary. We basically don't have a free media in this country anyway, so why go the extra length to prove you're a dictator because you can? I don't see the point in this, other than inciting a general uprising, which is going to be the result. I mean, if you think an entire country's going to just take this lying down, like, really? You guys really think an entire country is going to take a child in a suit, a figurehead, because that's the way most people, including most people outside this country, view Trudeau. You joke. He's a joke. You really think that the whole country's going to take this lying down? It ain't happening. We're already on this, especially in Ontario. We're already on the edge with this constant interference that's been, and complete lack of any real useful action based in science, as opposed to whatever fits the liberal agenda. Because that's what the COVID pandemic response has been so far. It's been a complete waste of time, resources, money, scandal after scandal, closing the borders when it was far too late, closing it, they didn't even close the borders, what am I talking about? Closing down the air, they never did that either. They never stopped the airline flights coming in, bringing in all the variants. They never did that. They never built new hospitals to expand capacity. We never did any number of things that would have actually helped. We waited for a whole year, and now, because of the Liberal Party's refusal to centralize efforts, to help direct, a proper lockdown like they have, like in almost every other country so far, except the United States. That's instead we've got basically a total final assault on the last bastion of dissent, which takes the form of this bill. Bill C-10. I'm live streaming this, by the way, on my YouTube channel. I'm live streaming this call. I'm calling every single person in the Ontario Liberal Party. I'm letting them know exactly what I think about them, and allowing this monster to take over this country. Shame on a lot of you. Not that I don't think you know shame, but if you do, I hope this sinks in a bit. Because how long do you think it's going to be before Trudeau comes after you? Assuming you ever have the courage to stand up to him, of course. Or is that, or are you all in on this? Are you all okay with this one guy running the whole show? Because you won't have any people to send anymore. Point is, this is not going to end well for anybody. But if you want people to come out with the torches and pitchforks, this is a really good way to get that started. And the United States had their Civil War. Well, maybe it's about time Canada had theirs. Because it's getting to the point where it seems to be the only thing you guys, you politicians, are willing to listen to. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. No shame, bunch of sociopaths. You destroy public education. You destroy basically everything, really. We can't, minimum wage employees can't even get paid sick leave in the middle of a pandemic. Shame on you. Shame on a lot of you. And if the police show up at my front door, I'm going to have this literally all on recording. So
all know exactly who sent them. I'll be able to say, "Oh, officer, don't talk to me. Talk to the Liberal Party because they're the ones who sent me to my front door for sending a video for calling a lot of you about this bill to shut down human rights." So, don't waste your time.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and
I am very satisfied.
press 3. For delivery options, press 9. Message sent. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
You're not welcome. All right. On to who's next. All right. Manager, mentorship, and training. This is the next person. Manager, mentorship, and training. They sound reasonable. Let's see if they're home, shall we? Time for this thing to wait while this thing cleans its memory. All right, next up, like I said, this is next up on my list. Extension 9253.
The Ontario Liberal Party. Pour le service en français, appuyez sur le 2. If you know the extension of the person you would like to reach, you may dial. Your call is being transferred. Please hold.
Hello, Emma speaking.
Yeah, is this Emma Wakeland?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, have you heard of Bill C-10?
Not off the top of my head, no. You might have to remind me.
Well, Bill C-10 is currently being pushed through by Trudeau, and it's basically going to completely destroy the ability of anybody to challenge him on social media. That's like literally the entire point. And you don't need to take my word for it. Take Michelle Rempel Garner. She's on Facebook. She just live streamed this like literally 13 hours ago. And she's calling on all Canadians, regardless of their party affiliations, to put an end to this before it's too late, which she says may not take very long to be too late. So this is about as serious as it gets. This is the end. If Trudeau can push this through, we're dealing with the end of net neutrality in Canada. We're dealing effectively with an online police state in the middle of a pandemic, because apparently this is more important to the Liberal Party and its leadership than dealing with the actual pandemic, which I might add has not been in any way, shape, or form properly addressed yet. And that includes the paid sick leave, not just now, but after the pandemic as well. That needs to be a thing, and that's not going to go away either. All the rest of the incredibly poor handling at every possible level. Every single opportunity has been mishandled and just every possible mistake and screw up that could have been made has been made so far. All the horses have bolted. It's too damn late for lockdowns. I mean, I know that's supposed to be a provincial thing only, but let's be realistic. If the Fed had taken responsibility and helped coordinate across the provinces instead of leaving every single province to do everything on their own, I think we would have had a much better. We wouldn't be in wave 3 lockdown right now. If they have closed if they'd have properly shut down the international flights, if they'd have properly locked down the borders, especially that really big one we share with the States, if they would have, who by the way completely ignored COVID until like literally Trump was out of office. I got to point that bit out. So plenty of people from coming across there, cargo trucks, whatever, by train, that all of this stuff completely failing to provide any major expansions to ICU capacity, not making sure that that we're getting anywhere near enough vaccines, or at the very least, if we're paying more than twice the price for them per dose, making sure that we're getting priority, like at least that. We are literally right now, this country is dead last in the world when it comes to vaccination rates. And it's also ignoring literally every other completely avoidable cause of death in the process. There's so much focus on COVID, and politicizing the whole thing, that we're completely forgetting about cancer, which, by the way, all the cancer treatments have been just basically been turned off for some reason. So people are dying of that. The massive spike in suicide rates because of the lockdowns, people losing their jobs, people losing their livelihoods, their business, etc., etc., etc. The complete lack of any federal compensation to small businesses for all the changes they've been forced to make at their own expense, I might add. This has been covered by multiple media channels, even in the mainstream. They're starting to pick this stuff up. So yeah, these are not unknown issues, even in mainstream media. And I do not understand why Trudeau and the Liberals, because y'all are supporting this guy, why Trudeau and the Liberals think that it's cool to let this guy do this shit. Like, what do you think is going to be left? Or do you not care? I don't understand.
I would encourage you to call the Federal Liberal Party. So you reached the Ontario Liberal Party.
Yeah, I know about the whole federal provincial divide. I'm fully aware that the government said right from the beginning that we're going to dump this all in the provinces, so there won't be any coordination between them. We're going to basically, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. This ludicrous Byzantine. Look, just let me know that you're going to actually not just file and forget this phone call and all the other phone calls I hope you're getting along a similar line, and actually be like, yo, dude, maybe this is a really bad idea because this sounds like a step way too far, and it's completely. And what's up with this Bill C-10? You might want to acquaint yourself with something called Facebook and also Google, just generally, because this is all over the place, and all the human rights groups have mobilized to fight this. So I don't know if you're able to. I don't know how much power you have or whatever, but this is as important as it gets. If you don't take a stand on this against the Liberal Party's policies, both at the provincial and higher levels, then you're never going to take a stand for anything. This is it. If this net neutrality, if this destruction of net neutrality goes through, our democracy is functionally gone. Like the actual function, because you can't have a democracy when you can't dissent, right? And I'm not talking about right-wing conspiracy theorists or left-wing or any other wing conspiracy theorists here. I'm talking about basic facts of how democracy works. This is happening right now, right this instant. And the fact that you're not trying to interrupt me leaves me to hope, at least, that you're actually taking this seriously, because this is as serious as it gets. This is as serious as it gets. The Liberals have done nothing to curtail Trudeau. It's about time you guys started reeling him in. publicly. Publicly.
The only thing I would say is that the Ontario Liberal Party has virtually no zero influence on the Federal Liberal Party. They're completely different organizations. We have
Yeah, but you're okay, maybe so, but you're not going to tell me, you're not seriously going to tell me that there's literally nothing you can do. You can't tell people, this is a really bad idea. Maybe somebody should get on the phone with our glorious leader. They're like, hey, dude, you're going way too far with this one. People ain't going to stand for it, because people are not going to stand for it. Especially in Ontario, we're at our wits' end with these yo-yo lockdowns. The population is at its wits' end. We are seeing the rise of right-wing conspiracy groups, the kind that don't give a damn about whose side they're on as long as they get to start a fight. This kind of stuff is empowering people like that. It is empowering extremists on every end of this, whatever end of the spectrum you want to call it. I don't really care, because I'm trying to find a middle ground here. But the point is that this has got to stop. These power grabs by the government have got to stop. There has got to be a coordination between the federal and provincial level if there's any chance we're going to drag ourselves out of this abysmally handled pandemic. It has to be federal and provincial level. It can't be this half-assed, something happened, so now we have to do something about it, or at least pretend. It can't be any more of that. None of the usual business Canada, it's too late to do anything, but we're going to make a token gesture and virtue signal. Remember the Nova Scotia shooting, and how Justin Trudeau decided that, now I'm going to, push through that bill, about banning all those guns, and everybody at the time said that wouldn't actually solve anything. Well, guess what? It did, because those people were already dead, and that guy had been known about for like upwards of 10 years in advance. This is the same thing. This is a continuation of the exact same kind of nonsense. Just keep delaying, putting it off, and meanwhile, one scandal after another, and these bloody fighter jets that Canada doesn't seem particularly keen on the pandemic, those things, you have any power over that either. But my point is, it has to start somewhere. The fight inside the party has to start somewhere. And as far as I can tell, there's nobody inside the Liberal Party who's fighting this. Somebody has to start it. The NDP and the Green Party, who I'm officially a member of, FYI, are both gaining slowly but steadily in terms of voting numbers. And there's a reason for that. And you guys are losing. And there's a reason for that. It's because people are sick and tired of the Liberals. They've been ruinous. They have ruined this country's economy, ruined its education, basically steamrolled any attempt to improve, pretty much anything. I don't know what you guys think you're standing for. If you think do you think you're standing for something, or do you actually, or are you all just cynics, who are playing a game?
I can't get it any clearer. I'm not part of the Federal Liberal Party. I don't have any sway with them. I can't call up the Prime Minister once you get on the phone with you and demand that he makes changes.
No, but maybe you can call your friends within the party and you'll get something going. The point is that you can do something, and if you choose not to, well, that's on you. And if this bill, which is Bill C-10, which you claim to have no knowledge of, goes through, then yeah, that will be on the heads of every single person who said, I can do nothing about this. This is an ethical thing.
They're saying I haven't done anything. Have you called the Federal Liberal Party?
Yes. What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm calling provincials for sure. I'm calling a provincial Liberal Party, but I'm also I'm working my way up. I'm working my way up. I'm going to call the Fed next. But it doesn't change the fact that this is my province, and Ottawa is in this province, and that's where all these guys are anyways. So they're already here. I really don't see why there's such this ridiculous wall between the Fed and the province. Like, do people have like this ridiculous power structure we have in Canada? You know, you're not powerless. You're not powerless. You have power.
You're not listening to me. So you don't want a conversation. Just
You know what? I said what I had to say to that guy. I said what I had to say to that guy. They're all the same. They're all the bloody same. They don't give a damn. Thanks. Fortunately for me, it's the only video I've got that's got anything close to that kind of views. So like it's monetized anyways. I don't care about the money. I mean, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for I'm in it to establish an independent media. Unfortunately, it looks like I may have gotten into the business a bit late now. All right. Here we go. Last dude on the hit list. Mandy Moore, manager, volunteer mobilization, donor relations, extension 666. Ironically enough, the number of the beast. 7. All right. Let's see if Mr. Extension of the Beast has anything to say for themselves, shall we?
Ships and future fund donations, press 3.
Okay.
Your call is being transferred. Please hold.
Yes, it is about that, calling for about legislation. Sorry, I haven't been paying much attention to this. I'm focusing entirely on... I just want this as official on the record that I tried to do something.
Hi, you've reached voicemail from Mandy Moore. Please leave a message and I'll call you back. Thanks.
Yeah, hi. My name is... And, yeah, I'm recording this call. And I just want you to know that I have found out about Bill C-10, the one that leader Trudeau is pushing through right now. That's basically going to, that is, its aim is to strip the ability of anybody to challenge him on social media. When did we start? When did Canada become a dictatorship? I mean, were you liberal guys all just and gals all just sleeping at the wheel? Or do you not care, or you get your federal paychecks so you don't have to worry about, the paid sick leave thing? I mean, explain this to me. Obviously, at a later date, if you bother to answer this message. I would really like you to explain to me just exactly how this guy has been allowed by the entire government, and that includes the provincial. Don't tell me you don't have any power because it's the provincial level, because that's nonsense. People say they don't have power because they don't want to exercise it, not because they don't have it. Everybody's got power. It's called people power. How do you get into your position and do your job if you don't have any power? Give me a break. Anyways, this is being live streamed. This call is actually being live streamed by me on YouTube. So if this video gets taken down suddenly, my channel disappears. And heaven forbid, police even show up at my front door. Well, I'll know who, and I'll know why. So, yeah, having a law in the books like Bill C-10 in its current state could pave the way for future governments to make regulations around user-generated content on the internet, even if the current liberal government has no intention of doing so, said Israel. So that was helpfully provided by one of my one of the people watching this. So thank you for that. So yeah, what's Trudeau out to prove here? What are the Liberals out to prove here? They don't give a damn about Canadians? Well, I think they've already established that, given the complete lack of any real action to deal with the COVID crisis. So, I mean, what's this going to be like? The last hurrah? This is how. What's that line? Is this how democracy dies with no applause whatsoever? Oh no, right. That was with thundering applause. Yeah. Trudeau isn't going to get a standing ovation. He's going to have a bunch of Liberal ministers who are going to be like, they're going to wake up in the morning and be like, huh? This happened? Really? Huh. So yeah. And I don't know if you heard what Christopher Freeland said about her unique take on COVID, but she said it was a political opportunity. Like, really? That's her hot take on this a year later? That's pretty damn cold. Like, that's, I would dare say, evil. That's all she sees in it, a political opportunity to no doubt do something exactly like this bill. Because that's the kind of person Freeland is. She's a war hawk. She's 100% behind NATO and their wonderful expeditions abroad. Those fighter jets that nobody wants in Canada, I'm pretty sure that's her. Anything I've missed, I'd really like to know. I'll add it to a list. So yeah. If you want to show any concern about a regular citizen, normal Joe, just in their basement calling about something like this, it would be nice if at least one person from the Liberal Party stepped up and didn't just go on about how they're powerless and there's nothing they can do, and it's provincial and you're provincial level, so there's nothing you can do.
30 seconds remaining.
I heard all that from the previous guys I called, and I wasn't convinced by them either. They don't want to do their jobs. Fine. But I hope you do want to do yours. Okay. No, it's good information. It's good information. To be honest, I kind of jumped the gun. I didn't bother looking it up. But then again, I know how these bills work. I didn't really need to. And it's laid out pretty succinctly. Where the hell? Hold on a second. It's laid out pretty clearly here. I'm going to keep posting this link. This is how I found out about this. It's a good thing I pay attention on my Facebook. So I've called everybody at the Ontario. I've called everybody at the Ontario Liberal Party. None of them seem to particularly care or even know. The ones I've talked to clearly the two people I got on the phone actually told me clearly that they didn't know this was a thing, which either means they genuinely don't know, which is unlikely, or they don't care to know, which is more likely, and they just want to be left alone to do their well-paid government jobs, which is far more likely. They don't have to worry about their paid sick leave after all. They don't care. Right. So, I think I should go for some federal phone calls because I can look them up. Of Canada, contact us. All right, like, do they actually have a phone number though? No, they do not. Oh, here we go. Okay, anybody who wants to do this with me, Here's the Liberal Party of Canada's impersonal contact info. I doubt I'll get anybody on the phone. They're probably being swamped right now by people just like me, hopefully. I'll give them an excuse at least. Oh, wait. Okay, 188 Liberal. Yeah, right. 188. They're about as liberal as the Democrats are democratic in the States. 1888. Totalitarian dictatorship. 5, 4, 2, 3, 7, 2, 5.
Thank you for calling the Liberal Party of Canada. Veuillez appuyer sur le 1 pour le service en français. If you know the extension of the person you're trying to reach, please dial it now. Please select from the following 5 options. To donate now, please press 2. For membership or donation inquiries, income tax receipts, or to RSVP to an event, please press 3. For services available to riding associations, please press 4. For campaign technologies, Liberalist, or website support, please press 5.
I'll go 2. Donations, why the hell not?
Please note that this call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Quality assurance purposes, you heard him.
Please note that you can find information on our policies as well as information on how to contact us by email by visiting liberal.ca. Alternatively, leave a detailed message with your name, phone number, including area code, and the reason for your call. Your message will be assigned to a member of our team who will answer inquiries that require a reply in the order they are received. Merci d'avoir communiqué avec le Parti libéral du Canada. Veuillez noter que vous trouverez de l'information.
Yes, for the 0.5% of the population that only speaks French.
Par courriel sur libéral.ca. Vous pouvez aussi laisser un message détaillé en prenant soin d'inclure votre nom, votre numéro de téléphone avec l'indicatif régional et la raison de votre appel. Votre message sera acheminé à un membre de notre équipe chargé de répondre dans leur ordre de réception aux demandes nécessitant un suivi.
Yo, this is Jean-Luc Martel calling on behalf of all people of Canada who don't want their PM to repeal net neutrality laws and set himself up as a one-man dictatorship or one-party dictatorship, using COVID as a convenient cover to slip through a certain bill by the alphanumeric designation of C10. That's Bill C10. I only found out about this because, rather ironically enough, a certain Michelle Rempel-Garner from Alberta, which seems to be the only province that's doing anything right when it comes to dealing with this pandemic, and yet at the same time is being deliberately and viciously attacked by Trudeau. And I saw this on a live stream, so I know that he verbally specifically singled out Alberta for some reason. And that it's a long-held sport in Canada, or at least with the Liberals, to attack Alberta for some reason, which eludes my understanding of the way your convoluted, weird politics works. But suffice to say, I think it's about time that Trudeau woke up and smelt, wind blowing against him in this case. I don't know if you guys honestly think that Trudeau can just go and repeal net neutrality and nothing will happen. There'll be what you think? You guys honestly believe that we're going to just keep on taking it, right? Your lack of action so far, taking any common sense measures whatsoever to deal with the pandemic, locking down the borders properly, stopping international flights properly, making sure people coming into the country are properly and thoroughly quarantined for the whole 14 days, and not on the honor system that they've been using. No, and not what these corrupt COVID hotels that they've been using. No, like properly watched and monitored to ensure compliance. That sort of thing. You know, because that's where all these variants have been coming from. We haven't been getting variants from inside the country. We've been getting them from outside the country. And the Liberal Party, and Trudeau especially, has been responsible for letting every single last bloody one of them into the country. The Liberal Party has been responsible for refusing to coordinate with the provinces. The Liberal Party was the shield. They dropped the shield, and they're just going to, no warning, just hangs up. Zero warning whatsoever, just hangs up. Well, there you have it, folks. That's what the Liberal Party thinks of your concerns. Thank you. No warning. Boop. Hangs up. Well, there you go. I did what I could. I did what I could, but you know, these guys are experts at not giving a damn. They don't care. I mean, I don't know if they're genuinely. I don't know if how much they communicate between the federal and provincial level. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if there was nobody was told about this, because this is one of those things where even the people that normally would support you are going like, whoa, wait, you're doing what now? So yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't tell anybody in the provincial level about this. It would not surprise me. All the guy's complete egotist. He doesn't think about anybody but himself. It's yeah. So between Trump, Biden, and our equivalents thereof, that would be Harper and Trudeau. Canada and the United States have completely flushed all credibility down the international toilet. And it may interest you guys to know this while you're listening. I'm going to just shut this down because there's no point. Come on. Okay. So here we go. Where did I put that thing? I'm going to read something to you. You all should know about. Where is it? Okay. Here we go.